All right,
How you
Dad.
doing, Coach?
How are you guys?
I'm all right. I can't speak for everybody.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Robert, Trace, if you want to start first, go ahead. I'll jump in after you guys.
I'll go ahead then. Gerald, I know might be a little repetitive asking you about the long break. I'm sure you've been asked about it a lot, but really, how mentally draining is it for, the players especially, and just the program to experience something like that?
I think it's really mentally draining. I mean, it's and there's been a lot that has gone on since the last time we played that I think adds to that. That a lot of people, like we talked about before. There was a time where we thought we were still going to play, maybe even New Mexico, and then we weren't. And then we thought we had another game, maybe, and then we didn't. And then we thought we had another game, and we didn't. So I think all that stuff, really has a tendency to, you kind of get yourself excited, and then you have the letdown. And to our women's credit, when we've practiced, they've come, they've put in their a good effort in practice. We've cut practice times way down, just because I think more from the mental aspect. Yesterday was probably the longest one we've had in a while, and it was probably only an hour and 40 minutes, and that includes stretching and everything. So, yeah, it's been a little, I think, mentally tough on them, but it is what it is this year. I hate to say it. I mean, that's just kind of a cop out sometimes to say it is what it is, but really this year it is what it is. You have to deal with it, and you're going to have to get yourself, if you're not mentally ready, you're going to have to get yourself mentally ready by Sunday at 4:30.
Coach, with losing that game to Pueblo, how frustrating was it in that moment?
It was so frustrating. I can't even begin to tell you because, it's just like I just said, we went, yeah, we got a game. No, we don't have a game with New Mexico. Yeah, we got a game. And we literally, on game day, if you know what I'm saying, I mean, you're literally showing up, game day, getting ready, thought we're going, everybody's, and then especially for the seniors, I got to say, because, we're having senior night now. Your parents can this was a bunch of things that happened. And then when we met with the players and told them the game for sure was canceled, you could just see it drained. It just drained. The look of their face was just like, it's like you thought you were getting a new car for your 16th birthday and you got a bike. That's kind of what the look was like, but like I said, they let that get past them. We practiced that day, and then we had some days off. So, like I said, it's been an up and down thing, but now it's time to regroup and be more of an up thing, if you want to say.
One of the things with you're saying about not being able to honor the seniors, I mean, was that kind of like a really emotional thing for you?
Yeah, I think that I think that that's something that, has gone on here. And I know this COVID stuff has also done the same thing. We've done some, a lot. I think I give a lot of credit to, the people here at the university. They've done a great job with social media senior stuff and, done a lot of things that way. But, it's still not, it's not, being there with your family and friends. And, we get a good fan base and they're all very appreciative of the effort our kids have given over the years. But, I know that's the same is true with graduation. You're going to, my son's going to graduate this year with his farm doc, and, it's going to be virtual. I mean, and that's some things that have just happened this year, and, things that you have to do. And yeah, I feel bad that, they didn't get the opportunity to finish their last game and, as a game with people around. But like I said, I really think the social media staff has done a really, really great job of putting stuff together for them and getting it out and, getting some feedback. So yeah, you know, that's just one of those unfortunate things.
Coach, do the women not have the same opportunity the men do of coming back, of not losing a year of eligibility for this year?
Yeah, they will, but our kids are moving on. They've got careers to do, and so that's a choice that's been, and that's what's going to happen.
Coach, we talk a lot about the mental drain on it, but yeah, you know, having all this time off, getting physically right. Do you feel physically healthier than you've been all season?
You know, yes, especially with Diney was in a stretch where she was getting beat up pretty good. You know, she had a sore back there for the last time we played, actually, even, and then right after that she was battling kind of a sore back, and you know, it was just getting to those things where you were getting those bumps and bruises that you just get at that time. So as far as all that goes, yeah, Diney's back's good again, and you know, she's feeling healthy, and a lot of the you know, soreness in joints and stuff. Megan's done a great job, our trainer, of, you know, getting all that recouped and rehabbed, and so I think that way we're good. What I don't know, what you never know, and you know, and you hear this all the time, and people, you don't understand it till you play the sport, and I'm sure it's the same with any sport. I don't know what kind of physical shape we're in. I mean, I you know, we go up and down, but it's not the same as a game. And you know, you hear players talk about all the time, and I would agree with that. You know, because even back in the dark ages when I played, you could go out and run all summer. You know, you could do whatever you wanted to do to get yourself in shape, and theoretically you might be in great physical shape, but until you start going up and down in your sport, you know, it's just a different kind of shape. And that's, to be honest with you, where I'm not sure where we're at. I know, you know, I know we'll play hard. They're playing hard in practice, but you know, with the emotions of a game, with your adrenaline going, with everything going, you have to also be able to, you know, get through that and get your feet back under you. So that'll be an interesting thing to see where we're at physically.
Coach, will that cause you to use substitutions maybe more frequently than normal, just to try to keep everybody?
Trace, we're just going to play how we've been playing. You know, I'm going into the game just like if we've been playing all along, and we'll follow the same substitute pattern we've been in the last 6 games, because I thought all year we talked about finding out who we were and where we were at. And I really thought the prior 6 games that we played, I thought we played really well all 6 games. I mean, you know, like I said, you go to CSU and you're right there at both games at the end. I thought they were playing really, really well at the time. I mean, obviously we were starting to score some points, feeling comfortable. We had a good rotation coming off the bench. So that's what we'll do. We'll do the same. We'll do the same thing that we've done. Maybe somebody might have to do something a little bit different, but you know, you can't all of a sudden go into tournament, which is win or go home, and have somebody who maybe hasn't been put in that situation put all that pressure and weight on them to say, hey, I need you to perform now. You know, those opportunities might happen, but we just have to see how the game goes.
How much credit do you give your program, your players, everybody involved in keeping you guys safe pretty much for the whole season? There were no cancellations, no postponements that came because of you guys. How much credit do you give everybody for that?
I give everybody just a huge amount of credit, Robert. I'm glad you brought that up, because, you know, that's just been, I think that's one of the things that just, when you guys ask about the mental aspect of everything, I can't explain to everybody how much that mentally wears on our women. I mean, you know, because we're asking, I'm going to say, just think back to yourselves, you know, how hard it is to be 18 or 19 years old, being so excited to go away to college and experience that college experience. And then go, when you get there, I'm going to kind of ask you to stay locked down for most of it. You know, try to avoid as many public situations as you can. You're basically, if you're fortunate to have an actual class, we're asking you to go to class and then either go back to your apartment or your dorm room and eat another box meal. Okay. I mean, that's really, really tough. And for our women to have done that, actually do it. And as you say, go through, I think our medical staff has done a really great job. That includes Megan, we always tell them Megan's their mom away from home. She's on them, reminding them, hey, you guys get your masks on. You got to do this, you got to do that. And you just, you have to make some sacrifices, and they've done it, and we've, knock on wood, have stayed healthy. Now we tested yesterday. We've got one more test tomorrow morning before we go. And you guys talk about what wears on me and makes my shiny head go right here. It's been these tests because, if we pop positive now, whatever reason, then our season is done. And then to me, that's just, that would be just a shame. And so all of them came back good yesterday. So I'm just holding my breath for one more, actually two more, because we'll test tomorrow and then we'll test again Sunday morning before we play. So hoping all those come back and we get a chance to get back on the court. But, Robert, that's a good point. I mean, our kids, our players have done a great job. Our staff has done a great job, and our medical staff has done a great job, kind of keeping everybody safe during this period.
Coach, that kind of carries over to the whole department, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah, that's what I say. I mean,
football.
It's everybody. I mean, you talk up here, and you see people are very, 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 very aware of, wearing masks and, washing their hands. They got the sanitizers out all over. And, I just think it's kind of become a second nature up here. And like you said, you see that throughout all the sports. You see it throughout everybody that's here. You see administrators walking through with their masks on, and everybody's aware of it. And I think that's what's helped keep us all healthy.
Coach, you kind of touched on it before, but I mean, like, what is it now? Like, with losing the Pueblo game, are you filled with more excitement or trepidation at the game's actually going to happen?
You know what? That's a great question. I don't know. I don't